Okay guys, so today I'm going to do a tutorial on how I cut my hair. My hair is very grown out, very rounded out. I usually like having a little bit more than this, and in the back it's currently like a U shape. It's not as much of a V as I'd like. So I'm going to show you how I do that today. So normally I start with my hair damp. My hair is very dry right now. And I'm on maybe third day here. So 1 second, let me dampen my hair. Okay, now that it's pretty wet, well not wet, but fairly damp. The roots are still pretty dry. The ends are pretty wet. Okay, now, first thing, you want sharp scissors for this. Never cut your hair with dull scissors. Now, these I got off of Amazon. I will link them. This actually came with texturing shears as well, which I can show you how to use those too. But we're going to start with these. So, how I start this is we put our hair up in a ponytail. 1 sec. Now, you want this ponytail as high up on top of your head as you can get it. I usually do it kind of right on top in the middle. You do not want it back here. You do not want it up here. You want it on top. Then you go, you want to brush it out. Make sure there's no knots up here. And you want to make sure there's a straight line up here. Wherever your shortest piece is. Mine is probably right about there. This is fringe. That's why I'm letting it fall out. This is my back length. So I want to cut it right about there. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to put it in a container so that I can show you guys how much hair I'm actually cutting off at the end. See? Straight line. I'm going to leave this blunt. I am not going to do anything to that. I'm leaving it blunt. And that's what it looks like in the ponytail once I cut it. Okay, so now we are going to take that out. And I am going to take half of my hair, like that, maybe a little more than that. I want to take, the goal is to take half, so maybe a little more than half, because you want your longest layers in the back. You do not want to necessarily touch your length, unless you want to change the shape of your length. So that is about half. I'm going to do the same process with this. Now, the hair tie just makes it easier. You don't have to use the hair tie if you don't want to. I generally don't even bother with the hair tie. Okay, see how that's already, see this part right here? See how that's straight? That's where we cut before. So we want to take off all that it is not straight. Another thing that you can do is over direct it forward instead of straight up. That gives deeper layers. So we're going to do that. Going to pull all the way forward. And that's what we want to cut off right there. I'm going to be cutting right about there. Like that. And no matter how many times I drop this, brush it out with my hands, and pick it back up, it's still going to be a straight line. Now we're going to put all of that back into the rest of my hair. And I'm going to brush it out. Always start at the bottom and go up when you brush. I know I'm breaking that rule because I'm trying to get the knots out of the top. Now, for the fringe part that I do, the swoopy side, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. I take from my ears straight up. I know this is not a perfectly done section, but that's what I've done. The hair that I've cut in the past, I just go straight up with my nails from my ears all the way to the top, and I bring that forward. And then all of this goes back in a hair tie to pull it out of the way. Because we don't want to cut any of that. Then for this, so we do not want to cut anything that is below the ear necessarily. So we're going to take and go straight up. I already have a cowlick where that I don't cut. I leave that long to blend in. Same with some of this. I mean, I can just shake it out because that's what I've done in the past and it's already set. So this right here, you want to over direct it all the way sideways. This is called over directing. You want your shortest layer is going to be right here. This bit is your shortest layer. You want to cut at your shortest layer. So I'm going to cut it right there. And then when it falls, it's going to naturally give you the swoop. And then from there, you just want to make sure all of that blends. Now you can kind of slide cut to make sure all of that blends in nicely. And then this, if you go like this, it should automatically fall where you want it. Now, how you're going to blend this right here, you're just going to slide cut. And ta-da. Now, we're going to take all of it down. And I'm going to make sure that this, it should blend right in with everything else. And it does. If you wanted to, you could take this bit right here and kind of slide cut this to make everything kind of blend in. I mean, that's all that I cut off. Just the ends to make it feather back in. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more on like I said, tiny little bits that I'm cutting off. I'm just reshaping. This side doesn't really need much. I think I might take this bit up a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to pull everything from the back forward and see how that blends in. Now I'm going to show you the back. Now it should be more of a point than it was before. And the layers should come up more like right here. Should start right about here. And now it should be mostly dry too. My hair dries super quick. But yep, that's how I cut my hair.